Hello, today's video is about PLC tags, or also called variables, input and output variables, using in the TIA portal V17 from Siemens. And off we go. Alright, what have we been doing so far? In the first video we created a new program, and then we added a CPU to it, and in another video we also added input and output hardware modules to it and an analog input. And now these inputs need to be given a name. You need the name in order to have a clean structure in your program. It's the same like when you look on a map. If you look for somebody's address, you will find it on an address, on a given address, and this given address is, in this case, the PLC tags. If you look on the left side here, there is a item that is called PLC tags. Under the PLC column, there's an, oops, that's the wrong one. There is a PLC tag item, and there is already a standard variable created. If you make new tags, it will be automatically written in this table right here, but this includes a lot of system variables which we will go through later on, and which we will probably not even need at all anymore. So in order to make a clean structure, we make a new tag table by double clicking the add new table, and make a right click, and then we should be able to give it a name that fits in our structure. I would just say hardware I/O, and then just click OK, and then it's created with 0 variables in it, and this is how it looks empty. So now you could go ahead and write your variables or the tags in here, but I will show you a different way. I will do it by opening the device configuration and clicking on the according device where I want to make the IO tag name. And in the property tab, there is a IO tag, which are already some of them created on this clock and first scan, and always true and always false. We will have a look later on. And those are all in the standard variable table, which I explained to you just before. And let's have a look on some of the variables, or some of the inputs and outputs that do not have a tag name. So in the previous video I showed you how to address the system, and then here we have, for instance, the Boolean input 2.0, which will have a name right here, and I will always, the input Boolean variable I will call IX, so I'm always certain that this is an input, and just call it in our case input 1. That is the, or input 1, yeah, and that is the variable for the address 2.0. And on this arrow right here, there's a drop-down menu that opens up, and we should find our variable, our tag table that we just created, the hardware I/O, and we put that in there. Okay, and now if we open this table on the tab on the lower bottom here, we will see the tag is in here. So now we might have lots of tags for inputs and outputs, and we probably already have a given hardware drawing or hardware print where we all have the names already prepared. So I do have this on here in my Excel file, which is just in German names. You should not be confused about this, but as you can see, I have the input 2.0, the max OT, the max ut. Now I must go ahead and can copy this, paste it in here. Meanwhile, I have to put the input address in there, which in this case I was lucky. I have the 2.1 already in there, and then we will have a given name to our first input, and I will call this also the IX. I forgot this in my Excel file, but I have it on here now. So this importing or copy paste for me is pretty much a lot of work, and it's also, you can make many mistakes and it can be faulty. So there is a nice function in this table where you can export and import your tag files, and that's what I'm gonna do. I will just export it on the button on the left upper corner here, the export button, and it will ask for a place where to save it, and I will just go ahead and use this file name here and override it. So you can just export it to wherever you want it, and then just gonna override it. And if we go over to this Excel file, which should be in here now, I hope this is the right one. Okay, yeah, there we go. No, sorry, this is not. This is the wrong one. Okay, what did I do here? Let's do this again. Sorry, I have to just double check on where I put the tags right now. I want to have them on the PLC, no, on the IO tags. I make a new number and I write hardware IO tags. Sorry for the confusion. Okay, and here we go. Let's save this and try this to open again. Now we should have it on here. Okay, let's see how that looks. All right, yeah, that's it. So now we have this table exported, and it looks just the same like it is in the PLC program. You have the name, the data type, the address, a selection if you want to retain it. We do not retain inputs and outputs, and then some other variables that we can choose. Accessibility, we leave this all the way it is, and then we can just go ahead and copy these names just with Control C, and then go over to the file. Where is it now? I'm lost. Right here. Paste it in here, and you can also copy the actual address and paste it also in the Excel file, and it will be a Boolean. We can just drag the table down in the Excel file, and then also with the path, that is your name here, the name of the tag table. We will also take this and drag it, and if I'm not mistaken, you can make a whole system using different variables, and then it's gonna write them in there, but to be honest, I have not checked this. Okay, let's just go ahead and save that for now and close it, and then we will see what happens if we import it. So in order to do this, I will just delete the existing tags. Then you can just on the upper left corner, on this corner here, you can choose the whole table, and then you go one section down and just make a right click and delete everything, and then we should be able, with the import button and the right, if we choose the right path, so that's the hardware I/O tags, import them and import successfully. There we go. All right, now we got all our inputs imported. We got data type Boolean and we got the addresses. So this is pretty much all to do with the PLC tags, the I/O tags, the internal tags that you use, and you can also, I think you can also do this with the local variables, but this is for a later video. And yeah, that's it. And this was a video about the PLC tags using TIA Portal 17 from Siemens. And thank you for watching, and bye bye.